What's going on, guys? Attorney Griggs, a justice fighter, and wanted to go live and kind of have a conversation with you guys about a very important thing that's happening here in Georgia, and it's called reapportionment or redistricting. And they are having hearings around the state, town halls around the state for redistricting or reapportionment. And for many of us, we don't really know what reapportionment is, what redistricting is, but it's very important. And we just had the census, and so it's time to redraw congressional lines, and it's time to redraw potentially district lines. And so that's what redistricting is. And this is coming from Ballotpedia. Redistricting is the process by which new congressional and state legislative districts are drawn. Each of Georgia's 14 United States representatives and the 236 state legislators are elected from political divisions called districts. United States senators are not elected from districts, but by the state at large. District lines are redrawn every 10 years following the completion of the United States Census. The federal government stipulates that districts must be nearly equal populations, must have nearly equal populations, and must not discriminate on the basis of race and ethnicity. So why is this important? This is important because in Georgia, where we've been talking about voter suppression and disenfranchisement, parties are going to redraw districts, and they've already started. And it's time for us to re-engage and have a real conversation about what our districts are going to look like. We've all heard the term gerrymandering, and that's when you draw certain districts to fit within certain political power lines. That is what is about to happen. So I was watching on YouTube, Channel 46 covered the second hearing, and there are multiple hearings that are going to be going on. And so you had people from all political parties and all political ideologies having this conversation about what redistricting should look like congressionally here in Georgia. And it's time for the community to appear at these town halls. So I wanted to kind of go live, let you know what redistricting is. I'll give you the definition of gerrymandering. The term gerrymandering refers to the practice of drawing electoral district lines to favor one political party, individual, constituency over another. When used in a rhetorical manner by opponents of this particular district map, the term has a negative connotation, but does not necessarily address the legality of the challenged map. The term can be used in legal documents. In this context, the term describes redistricting practices that violate state and federal law, and then it has a history of racial gerrymandering and other types of gerrymandering that could potentially occur. Of course, Georgia, the state legislature will vote on the new maps, and they are taking comments from the public. So I wanted to give you some of the dates and times of these reapportionment redistricting hearings, and I will drop the link for this so you can sign up. It's called All on the Line, Georgia Reapportionment and Redistricting Summer Town Halls. They had a virtual town hall on June the 15th, and they just had yesterday in the State Capitol Room 341, they had the Atlanta redistricting town hall. That was on June the 28th in Atlanta. Tomorrow, well, actually today, incoming, they will have the June town hall for coming, which is at South Forsyth High School cafeteria. The sign-up begins for testimony at 4:30. The hearing starts at 5, and it goes from 5 to 7. So coming on the 29th. In Dalton, on the 30th, at the Goodrow Auditorium at Dalton State College. On July the 6th in Athens, at Athens Technical College Building F Auditorium. On July the 7th, they will be in Augusta at the Savannah Rapids Pavilion in Martinez, Georgia. Then on the 26th of July in Brunswick, the location to be announced. On the 27th in Albany, 28th Columbus, 29th in Macon, and then 30th will be another virtual town hall. This is the committee. The Georgia Senate Reapportionment and Redistricting Committee will be holding joint public hearings with the Georgia State House. So it's a select committee of both houses that will be having these hearings. And it's important that we sign up. It's important that we know that they're going on. If you can't make it, they have another virtual one on July the 30th for public comment. We need to sign up and make sure that we are present. Yesterday, many activist groups from Black Voters Matter, the Georgia NAACP Protective Vote, the Women's League of Voters, and many others were at these hearings. At the ACLU were present. If you can't be at these hearings, please watch the live stream. Channel WSB 46 has the live stream on YouTube. I will drop the link in these comments so you can watch it for yourself. We have to be present. We have to be ever vigilant in our democracy. So again, I wanted to just hop on here just to give you some background on what's happening in Georgia. This is the next step in our democracy of redrawing district lines. We need to make sure they are fair and balanced. This should not be a partisan exercise in drawing lines to make sure one political party stays in power over another. This is exactly why it's important that we stay engaged. So again, it's happening now. They have the town halls. I will drop the link in the comments. Please help share the video so people can know what's happening and can be abreast of all the things that are happening. Background on the federal requirements for redistricting. According to Article 1, Section 4 of the United States Constitution, states and their legislatures have primary authority in determining the time, place, and manner of congressional elections. Congress may pass laws relegating the congressional elections, but the time, place, and manner is covered by the state. Article 2, Section 2 of the United States Constitution stipulates that congressional representatives be apportioned to the states on the basis of population. That was one of the purposes of having the census. There are 435 seats in the United States House of Representatives. Each state is allotted a portion of these seats based on the size of its population relative to other states. Consequently, a state may gain seats in the House if the population grows and lose seats if the population decreases relative to the population in other states. In 1964, the United States Supreme Court in Westbury versus Sanders stated that the population of House districts must be equal as near as practical. So these are the processes by which they're going to reapportion. The requirements of state-based reapportionment are contiguity, compactness, and a community of interest. Again, there are a total of 42 states that require the state legislative district to be drawn to the account for political boundaries, i.e. the limits of counties, cities, and towns. A total of 16 states require similar considerations to be made when drawing congressional districts. You know, in Georgia, it's the state legislature that draws the lines. It says here, in Georgia, both congressional and state legislature district lines are drawn by the state legislature. A simple majority is required to approve redistricting plans, which are subject to a veto by the governor. In 2011, the House Redistricting Committee released guidelines recommending the following for both congressional and state legislative districts: a prohibition of multi-member districts, a consideration of county and precinct boundaries, compactness, a consideration of communities of interest. The committee also suggested efforts be made to avoid the unnecessary pairing of incumbents within a single district. These are not legal requirements as such and may be altered at any time. So we need to make sure that they abide by the rules that they've already set up and that they make sure that the drawing of the lines are fair and equal based on the needs of the population here in Georgia. We know that the population is changing. It's becoming more diverse. There should be more diverse representation, both in the state legislature as well as in the Congress. We need to keep an eye on this. Again, I will drop the town hall dates and locations in the comments. Please share them and make sure this information gets out. It's Attorney Gerald Griggs, a justice fighter. I'll see you in the next video.